months.
Yeah, we can be kids at times.
Yeah.
Holy Ghost time.
We like to be kids at time, you know, in our own little space.
Yes, we love to take pictures.
Yeah, I never know. Hold on.
Picture taking.
Let me tell you something about that one here. Me say, me love take picture, you know. But me never know God that says me somebody who love it more than me.
No matter with it.
What?
Watch over me, please, me I beg you. Watch over me, yeah. Protect me on the journey.
Enjoy part 2 of 20 questions challenge. You're not gonna catch me this time. 20 question challenge.
Channel up a thing. Channel up a thing.
So you guys are enjoying
enjoying the video. Them still want to know about the maintenance part. Let me get one of the comments. Somebody even sent me a picture and said, well, these are these are the good girls. Somebody sent me a picture and said, see the good girl I did that when she gonna miss it.
So make sure you get it.
Yeah, so
anyway, so we don't want this video to be long, but I'm glad that you all enjoyed it.
Yes,
so this is part 2.
Part 2, yeah.
So before we get into it, just remember to like, just give us that thumbs up. Yeah. Remember to comment, continue to comment on our videos, and remember to share. And for those who have not yet subscribed, please just subscribe and hit that bell. All right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into it and let's try to wrap up this as quick as possible. We don't want to stretch it out. All right?
Yeah.
So the first question, to continue the questions, this one came from Nemo, and it reads, right. So when did you guys realize you had the same personalities? And I'll say, she said personality, but I'll say we had a lot of personalities in common, right?
Yeah. After a while, we start. Well, first, Nemo, thanks for good question. Mm-hmm. After a while, we start see that we after probably a couple months of
I'll say a couple months
of living together.
And on the topic of living together, let's just make something clear. I think there was a question, somebody was trying to get clarification on the question that we answer. And when did we realize that we want to spend the rest of our life together? And we answered the question saying, after living together for a year or more, that's when we realize. But we are people of faith. So keep in mind that when we said live together, when we mentioned live together, it meant after we got married.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about indulging before we got married.
Right.
I was speaking after we got married.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So just to make it clear. So it's not like we're condoling anything regarding, indulging and stuff like that before marriage.
Yeah.
All right. So to answer this question, yes, it was a couple of months after living together. After we love to play around. We love to play a lot.
We like to the shenanigans. That's what them call it, shenanigans.
I don't know, but yes.
Yeah.
We play a lot. Some person, some relationships, some woman like the playing, but me love the ramping.
Well, I'm glad I'm not hear this,
Yes.
I'm glad I hear this.
I love the ramping.
That's nice. She love ramping. So, and when she talk about, you always come get him because be a trouble this and trouble that.
Yeah, because you always catch me at the wrong time and then you start post up some little foolishness for your WhatsApp.
Yeah, but...
So you expect me to do?
But because you are trouble me, are you...
Anyway, so we're happy people.
Yeah.
So we realize that, we love to play.
Yeah, that's one I think we find out after a couple months.
Yeah, we can be kids at times.
Yeah, we like to be kids at time, in our own little space.
Yes, we love to take pictures.
Yeah, me never know. Hold on.
love the picture taking.
Let me tell you something about that one here. Me say, me love take picture, you know. But me never know say God would have sent me somebody who love it more than me.
No, bother with it.
What?
Don't bother with it.
What?
Really, Karen?
What? You love it way more than me. Seriously. Yo, me say, listen to me, man. Right now, if the MVA come out with a new driver's license, I don't want somebody to tell me I'm gonna say. Whenever the man shop with driver's license soon sell it 2 hours upon it one time, not one picture.
Like my friend, remember when Nima did one put up my picture for my birthday? Could Nima find a picture with me by myself?
It's hard to find a single
Shopper
picture.
said, no, say happy birthday, Karen.
Yeah.
Cause, you know, I was going to take picture together. And that's how we stay.
So we find that out.
Take picture.
We find that out. And
We love to vacate.
Yeah, well, I mean, I go deep. I'm here. Just relax now. I'm going to answer the question one by one. So, yeah, Nemo, to answer your question, after a couple months, we realize we do have a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
It didn't take long. It's just a couple months. And stuff. She still have some ways that may have tried, you know, to purge out her. Well, first of all, don't put me like that. Don't put me like that. Alright? I might have to call Bishop, you know. Oh. Alright. Yeah, laugh.
Why?
Laugh. Yeah, man, laugh.
Next question.
So, yes, Nima.
I'm not going to stretch out this in the day.
Alright, next question.
So next question came from Shelly Ann. She said, do you guys worship together at home or separate?
Yeah, Shelly Ann. Absolutely, we worship together. We definitely worship together. We one of the funniest thing is that when we just meet her, we made a promise that before we go any further in this relationship, we're gonna make God the center of our relationship.
Amen.
Even though we were still out in the world, and one of the reasons why we came to that conclusion is because our past relationship, God wasn't in it, you know. Right? So
yes. Correct.
God wasn't in it, and so we decided that we're gonna make God the head and make God part of, you know, be a part of this relationship. And so
even though go ahead.
And so ever since, you know, we've been we worship together over the phone, we pray together, and you know, and we just get closer and connected to God more.
Right.
So we do worship.
So that has been a part of us from the get-go.
From day one.
Even before we got married.
Even before we even decided to recommit to life.
And another thing as well, for you guys who are watching, we do worship together, but we also have an individual relationship with God.
Absolutely.
So we have our separate, you know, worship where we connect with God.
Yeah.
Because as my husband is the head of the house, so he needs God direction. You understand? To direct him, you know, on how to, you know, oversee everything.
Right.
His wife, his household, whatever it may be. So we have our separate relationship. And just like me, for some reason, because you know, sometimes, you know, the devil might, you know, come in at different times, you know, to try to do whatever he can, because he
trying to find a vessel.
Hate union.
Yeah. Anything,
so in that
good
case,
union.
So in that case, when things like that happen and maybe one is not seeing what the enemy is doing, that's when now the other partner, you know, have to go down on their knees and pray for their husband or their wife, because sometimes, you know, we do not operate by flesh and blood anymore, but we do operate by principalities and power. So it's the spirit that we're fighting against in this day and age. Yeah. So yes, we do have to have our personal relationship with God, especially when it comes to issues in the marriage. We're supposed to can be able to go down on our knees as a wife, a praying wife, and pray for your husband, and vice versa. Absolutely. You know, this man of God, you know, for some reason, maybe I start act out a character and, you know, I'm not seeing what the enemy is trying to do to our marriage. You should be able to go down in prayer, in fasting, and pray for the marriage. And that is what keeps us going. So yes, we do have, you know, we worship together, but
we have an individual
also have our individual
connection
connection and
with
relationship.
that. And also, we have to, even though as wife mentioned that the devil will find a way or try to use one of us to cause confusion or cause distraction. Both of us cannot have the skill over our eye. One of we always have to recognize.
Or both of us have to always be connected to the vine.
Right. So we have to one of us always have to be connected, because what the devil do him try to see which vessel him can use to start an argument and start. So the moment me say, she probably get annoyed or ignorant or upset about something out of character. Me supposed to can identify, say, the devil I try to use her as a vessel for come in between for me. So one of us, always African able to recognize the two of we can't just blindside it. So because if you two are blindsided, that's just bound for destruction. Destruction that I go.
Yes.
So, but
just try, for couples, just try, for married people. And persons in relationship on a whole who are getting into, that level of marriage, just try to stay connected,
Yeah, always
and
try.
let God be the center of your life.
Right.
So moving on,
Next
Fiona,
question.
because remember when I stretch out the thing.
You don't want to
All right, so Fiona asks, who decides on vacation destination when it comes to that time of the year?
Well,
Who really decides?
more.
We're not really.
Me get
Is
me
it true?
grant
We love
me grant
road.
her access. If you just decide where we go.
We love to travel.
Yeah,
so
we grant her
if
access.
me decide say okay, me want to go Disney. Or if him say okay, because we are going Mexico. You always jump on board. So
time. What you mean? If you want to go Disney, we not go Disney already. We not done with
no,
Disney.
I'm just saying. She asked who
Check out, try
decide-
send me a message. Check out, try send me a message.
No, we want to go other places. We want
Just want clear
travel
for
the
that.
world. So.
Carry on.
Yes, sir. So we're not no one in particular.
Yeah,
it's just that if
We discuss it really and truly. We have a little
Yeah.
discussion about it,
And then-
to see,
if it makes sense
if
for
it
God,
makes sense, go this or go this or go this. So it's something we have a discussion, and if somewhere she really want to go, we just say, all right, yeah man, make we go, and
Right. So no one in particular.
yeah, no one in particular.
All right. So we're moving on now. We're going a little bit fast today. Yes. All right. So
On
moving
schedule.
on to Luke.
Luke.
So Luke,
Great
the
Luke.
great one, big up yourself.
Blessings,
So he's
blessings.
saying, his question is, what keeps you guys so happy? What's the secret?
The secret, brother. The secret. Trust me.
Secret.
The secret, the upstairs. The man up above. Jesus, brother.
himself.
Jesus himself is the secret, brother.
Yes.
And he's no secret. You understand?
Yes. So we place him at the center, above, below, beside, and around us.
Yeah.
That's what keeps us going.
Yeah, and along with other little
Being
stuff.
obedient and
Selfless. Let me explain. Selfless is because in our relationship or our marriage, in order for sometime I might have to be selfless to please her, and she might have to be selfless to please me. Sometime, you understand what I say? And so
you can't be selfish.
So when you find when me be selfless, me please her and she please me. So you find selflessness bring happiness. You understand? Because me take myself out of it. You understand? So selfless, I think would definitely work for us. You understand? It's like, don't get me wrong, it's a process to be selfless.
I don't know if we answered. I think we answered a question similar to this.
Yeah.
I think Monique
Part
asked,
one, yeah.
what keeps us going, the sparks,
Yeah,
what keep that light burning. I think we answered something similar to this.
Yeah,
But God is the center of our relationship.
Absolutely.
We go to Him before we do anything. If there's an issue, we go to Him for him to help us to resolve the issue, especially
Yeah.
if it's an issue that, might, be blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
But he is the center, and we continue to ask him, to lead us and to help us to hide the word in our hearts, so we do not step out a boundary at any point in time.
Also, we ask for patience,
Right.
because patience is something we all need
Especially
in a relationship. Because trust me, you're gonna need to have. Sometimes you have to have patience. You have to really ask God for patience. You understand? Some can understand my wife. You understand? And she have to do the same thing. Ask for patience to understand me. You understand?
Yes, so the be all and end all, it's still God being the
Still
center.
God the center, but
of
you
our
have other
life.
little things that we do. As you can relate back to part one.
Right.
Yeah, part one where we did answer Sister Monique question.
right.
So
Okay, then.
hopefully that
So
wrap it up, brother.
hopefully that we answered your question.
Yeah.
So we have your niece,
My niece,
Zania.
Zania.
All right, Zania. So you're saying, being a couple of God, do you guys find yourself feeling isolated by society norms, or do you just don't care? Now, when I saw this question,
What a question, my goodness. Zania, how much again?
I think she just started college, right?
She about to finish college.
Oh, she's about to finish college, right?
Yeah.
So this was a tough one. When I
tough.
looked at this question, I wanted to, try to find out what you meant by isolating ourselves. So I think we got an understanding when it comes to isolation, because I was thinking more on when it comes to, Christianity on a whole, in terms of if we isolate ourselves as Christians. But I think she elaborated, so you can answer that question.
Yeah, so I believe she's
So they
referring
can-
to us as a couple, and being in Christendom. We don't necessarily isolate ourselves from society. We because the Bible said, we are in the world, but we are not of the world. Meaning, because we are children of God,
Right.
not everything the world do, we are going to be a part of, are supposed to be a part of.
Because we're
You
we're a
understand?
new creature. We're a brand new man.
We're a new creature.
All
So
things are passed away, and behold, all things become new.
Yes,
Scripture
so-
tells us.
So we're not really isolated. We're not isolate ourselves. No, not at all. But what we also will do is that if we are around, if we are out and about, and society do some things that we know that as child of God is not right, we try to remove ourselves, from being, because if we are not strong enough, it can get a hold of us
And lead us back where we're coming
from where we're coming from. You understand? So I wouldn't say, isolate yourself,
right.
but we I wouldn't really make it, we don't really allow it to get be a trouble to us. We just know that if we are not strong enough, we are and we can't change the situation, then it's best we move.
Yeah, step away from it.
Step away from it, because we don't want it to cause us to go back where we come from.
Right.
You
And
understand?
it's just like somebody that, just got baptized, just start walking with Christ. But, the friends that they, that they had, they're still there. But they're the one that decide, listen, God is calling me, so let me take that step. But for some reason, they are not strong enough, because they just took on Christ. So they are not strong enough. So the little things that they, their friends that they currently have are doing is like they're gonna be tempted to do the stuff that they used to do.
Right.
Versus you try to, kind of, hang around, or try to, be around people that are strong in the faith that you can, grasp
off,
things
can
from, feed off that
Right.
person, right?
Can strengthen you.
Strengthen you.
Yeah,
But the Bible tells us that, iron sharpened iron.
Absolutely.
So being a new convert, of Christ, walking with Christ, you have to be around, as I said before, you're not isolating yourself, but it's just that you're no longer part of the world. So your job now, or your responsibility is to take,
make sure you're walking the right
you're walking the right,
And
which is
make
the straight
sure-
and narrow way. So
and-
try to stay connected with stronger persons of faith that you can feed on. And once you feed yourself, then the friends that you have that are still out there, you'll be able to minister to them and you can draw them as well to Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah, absolutely, totally.
but
So
it's our job to continue to feed ourselves,
we have to be mindful, very mindful, when we are dealing with society as children of God, because we know what we stand for, we know whose we are, we know who we serve, and so we know there's a certain things we can do and certain things we don't want to indulge in, and so we have to be very mindful.
Exactly.
So
All right, so hopefully we answered your
that question. All right, my niece, boy, that question the door. and so, our viewers, if you feel you can comment below and give us your thoughts
give us
about
your
that
thoughts, just in
question.
case maybe we didn't elaborate enough, because we're trying not to go too long. See, it's wind down time. Well, it's the last question, so we are gonna answer this the best way we can, and then we just wrap it up. All right.
And also, as we just said, this last question, you guys can comment below and give us your
input
or your input
on this question that I'm about to read. So the last question, final question, came from Freegen, and he's saying, if your partner have a bad habit you hate, but they do not believe it's a bad habit or even a habit, just doing something you dislike, but they don't think it is, and continue to do the thing that you hate, how do you resolve it? Now this is a good one,
very, very good
very, very good one.
So
it's
my
really
friend
before you address your friend, because it's his best friend, so before you address your friend, ladies, I can say sometimes men will think that we have a bad habit, and as the question was asked, he's saying that if there's a bad habit or there's something that they do that you dislike, sometimes you have to be be careful.
The question says,
if your partner have a bad habit you hate, but they do not believe it's a bad habit. Right. Sometimes it's not. I don't think if my husband, listen, if I am doing something that my husband don't like, if me hear him say to me more than one time, say, babes, why you doing this? Why you always do this? If me hear it repeat too many times, I guess me have to check myself. But him can be selfish as well in the process, right? Where he might do something, I mean I like it, I'm going to say it 100 times, but him just decide, say, no, I want to do my thing. You get me, I say?
Right. No, I mean, you're partially right. You're partially right.
Please comment below on this one, because
we. So here's my thing. It's like a 50-50 type of thing. This is because honestly, and I'm going to be real honest here, real honest as I can be. So she might not consider, or the person might not consider it to be
a bad habit.
Right? But I might consider it to be a bad habit.
Right.
And so, but okay, cool. But no, I have to really look at her side of it. You understand?
right.
And I have to look at my side of it. So what am I going to do now in that situation? Again, as we said, answering one of the earlier question, that sometimes we have to be selfless.
Right.
And so this is where what comes in now,
Or compromising.
compromising. You know, we have to compromise. You understand what I'm saying? So me can't just take away all of that from her
because you don't like it.
because me feel to say it's a bad habit.
It's a bad habit and you don't
And
like
to her,
it.
it's not a bad habit.
Right.
So me can't, if me take away all of that from her, me kind of gonna be selfish to myself. When you correct me if I'm wrong, you know, you comment below and tell me if I'm wrong. You understand? So what me I gonna do now, me have to go compromise, me have to go meet her halfway, we have to go talk about it and meet each other
I
halfway.
think when it comes to looking, I think the example, one of the examples I think we gave in the first video, where if, so for instance, now and then me make him come in the kitchen. So I leave my pot right here, so I keep it under in the right cupboard. You understand? But you come in the kitchen and you say, why you always leave your pot in the right leave the pot in the right cupboard? You know, that don't make no sense. We leave it in the right when you have better access at the left. But I wouldn't even use the pot because that's not even a habit.
I mean, not even know
So
why,
that mean
not even know why you bring the pot in the house.
Yes, sir. Sure. Alright, I'm gonna talk about folding of the clothes. Alright.
part?
So for instance, when I do my laundry, I don't start out the clothes same time. Can that be one?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, I
It's
might not
possible.
start out my do the laundry, but I just not feel like start out the clothes. And you go complain say every time I do the laundry, you don't start out the clothes them at the same time.
So it's a bad habit.
So it's a habit.
So to me, no, me I gonna say boy, because me I gonna say boy, it's a bad habit.
Right, for you for wash.
But to you,
and then do the
it's not
laundry.
a bad habit.
Yeah, you just not feel like you pack it out at the same time. So
Right.
that is a better example then.
It's a better example.
Yes.
So
but he's
we can-
asking how do we resolve it?
and I'm saying no.
So you can't
That's
you
what I'm
can't
saying.
beat
no.
me down. You can't beat me down because
Right. That's what.
me no want-
That's why I say I could not take it all away from you
Right.
because I would
So
be
now
selfish.
listen.
You
Yes.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So no, that's why we have to talk about it and meet each other halfway. You understand? She can't be selfish. Me can't be selfish.
Right.
Because if me a complain about it, that means me have an issue. Now, if me and your man and woman are husband and wife and we're married, you know, you're supposed to can tell me some things and come to me and we talk about it and we try to resolve it.
Right.
So
Can
the
make
two of
us
us can't be hard-headed. There's if the two of us, it not go work. It not go work. Two of
somebody
us
have to,
hard-headed.
to listen to somebody.
We have to come. We have to compromise. Me have to meet her halfway, and she have to meet me
It
halfway.
must that you do how much
You
laundry and
understand?
me just tired.
Right,
And
so-
I just can't take full of the clothes cause maybe you not do it.
Right,
you know,
right.
I'm you know, me I do the laundry, but it's just that I can't start it all the same time.
Right. So me have.
So you cuss me about it every time.
So how to resolve that? My
you have to
friend.
compromise, man, and look pan,
There's
look
a
pan, because
so
I'm tired.
sometime- You might have to. They have a saying that you know sometimes you have to give up your right to make peace abide. You understand what I'm saying? So, but if it's a case where you can't, you know, want give up your peace, you don't have to come. You don't have to compromise and have to meet each other halfway. It have to be, brother. That I only
in
way.
any situation, and have to
Because
halfway.
if me take away everything from you, you know, no, you don't have nothing at all, you know. Me I gotta have everything, you know. That can't be right in the marriage. You understand?
Because you have your bad habits too. So not me alone. You have your bad habits.
So we have to meet. We have to meet halfway. We have to meet halfway.
Like when we are travel, this is feel bad habit. When we're about to take a vacation, instead of packing your stuff, you know, for make sure you don't leave anything. My husband packs the night before the trip.
But
How is that possible? Don't even bother put up your hand. How that possible? Versus you know say okay then 3 weeks before you know you start put little things together. Then when you reach at the airport, now you reach at your destination. God damn if you
Can
get
I
the
explain?
underpants.
Can I-
Oh my God, I forgot this. me left the t-shirt, me left this. That don't make sense. Talk to me, ladies. I want you to comment below and talk to me.
Alright,
Tell me what you think.
let me explain now. Let me explain. So here, cause when we go up on the plane, more able to sleep on the whole flight. Me don't want to stay
And
up.
then the thing is, him don't even sleep.
We don't
So
wanna
always a
sleep.
book flight. The flights that we look at or we normally travel on is like early morning. So say like maybe
don't-
7, 8 o'clock.
We don't wanna
So
sleep.
for the whole night, him not sleep.
Because me just pack my
Him
suitcase
just
them time.
pack
And so me
everything
don't leave
possible.
nothing. You
I
understand?
don't think that just procrastinating.
So our perfect example to the question.
Mm-hmm.
So to her, she thinks it's a bad habit.
Yes,
But
it
to
is.
me, it's something comforting to me. And so what you are going to know? You're going to take away all of that from me? You're not going to meet me
You're
halfway?
gonna
Well,
lose.
answer my question. Are you going to meet me halfway or are you going to take away all that
No,
from
this
me?
may have to take it from you. Can you go lose
You
all of
can't-
7, 8 hours
You
sleep
can't-
for a 2 hour
No.
flight?
Where's the compromise? We
And
just
England
attack
where
about
you
that?
go?
No, that's not the question.
not the UK where
What
you
I'm
go.
saying is, where's the compromise in that? And we just attack about say we have to compromise.
Certain situation.
No. You saw them stay. You saw your wife them stay. You don't hear this for themselves. You don't hear.
Ladies, wanna tell
Wanna
me if
hear?
that makes sense.
Wanna
You're not
hear?
gonna lose 7, 8 hours sleep for pack the entire night.
That's what you feel. That's what I'm saying.
For your 2
That's
hours
what you.
sleep.
That's
2
what
hours,
you
2.5
want.
hours for
That's
go
what you
Florida.
would like. You get what I'm saying? So, but to me, I don't have a problem with it. But you know, say boy.
Anyway, you're not gonna stretch out this thing.
All right.
Anyway, the
All right,
bottom
but-
line is compromise. See there? You're not gonna stretch it out. So we are wrapping up.
Yeah.
So
me
thank
still-
you so much.
We're gonna talk about this afterwards, cause you can't take all of that from me.
Thank you so much. Can we now
Nah,
make
go
it
on.
past 30 minutes? Tell us what you think about this video. There are some
Yeah,
questions
yeah.
that we need your input on. And
Yes,
remember
last 2
to
questions.
comment as much as possible.
Okay, babes, come here, run off now. We'll run off.
Anyway, so see you guys.
See you
Thanks
on the next,
for watching us.
next clip.
Watch over me, watch over me.
Blessings.
Watch over me.
Love and love alone.
Watch over me, watch over me.
On the journey.
Watch over me, watch over me. Ooh, watch over me.